Hi guys, welcome back to Bonita Lifestyle Podcast. Hey guys, what's up? How are you guys? On today's episode, I just want to remind you guys that you guys are more powerful than you think. And I want to remind you guys to believe more in yourselves and whatever you guys are doing. Like I believe that success looks different for all of us. And giving ourselves more grace, I feel like is very important not to forget, because sometimes we compare our success and our progress with others and we put ourselves down. I feel like getting inspired and encouraged by others, it's cool, but not to forget why we're doing whatever we're doing. Maybe success for some of you or for some of us could be to be a better parent. It doesn't mean like for some people success is building a business, yes, or becoming famous, but for all of us, for others it can mean anything. What is it for you? What is success for you guys? Maybe you want to be more successful in your relationships, the relationship with your kids, the relationship with your parents, your relationship with friends. Maybe you want to improve in those areas. And I feel like success is different for all of us. For me, success is I want to be a better parent, a better human. I want to be a better version of me every day. For me, that's my goal every day, to be a better me every day. How can I get better? And improving my relationships, adding more value to the people around me, not trying to seek validation or being needy around family or friends. It's I don't know, for me success is waking up every day with the opportunity to be a better version of me. That's my goal. And I feel yes, also for some people it could be a better, you guys want to be a better wife. That's another way of success. It doesn't have to be trying to be better than others or having a business or having a lot of money. That could be successful too, but I feel the most empowering, everybody sees it different. I guess everybody for some people success is being rich, and that's cool too. I feel recognizing what is success to you is important, so that we don't forget or we get lost in other people's form of success. Because sometimes when we get lost in the way other people's in the way other people see success, we think that we have to do the same, that we have to be a certain way, have a certain personality, have a certain have a lot of friends, or or have like a lot of material things to be successful. And not really, like I feel like recognizing what is success to you, so that you could strive for that every day because you feel it in you. It's not like you're trying to like compare yourself and be like, okay, like, well, they have this and I want that. Like, it's okay to admire people like for their success, but not getting lost in the comparison. I feel like we all have something to strive for. Like, it could be getting fitter, learning to eat better. Like, that's another form of success. Learning how to eat, working out, getting super fit. For others, it's getting like having a better mindset. That's another like thing that I like to work on, like creating a better mindset to get to where I want to be, because I but like I've learned how important it is to cultivate a certain mindset to get to where you want to be. It's like we can't succeed to be somebody that we strive for with the same old mindset, especially if we carry limiting beliefs. Because you could want to be, super fit, but if you feel or believe that only certain people could achieve that, then you're not gonna get there, because you're already putting yourself down. Your limiting belief around being able to get fit is not in your beliefs. So if we believe we could do anything we set our minds to do, I think we could all be successful. We could all achieve what we want. But it's working in those limiting beliefs, working in our weaknesses. Okay, where in our lives are we limiting ourselves? Are we like it? And it comes to our worth. Like, if you feel worthy of becoming a better version of you, you're gonna do it. But if we feel like, oh, like, yeah, like I wish I could be that, but like I could never because, and then we start saying things like, I could never because I don't have the money. I could never because I don't have a certain amount of followers. I could never because I don't have enough friends, or I don't have enough people to support me. Like, we could make all these excuses and have all these limiting beliefs, and they're not true. I feel like if we start to focus on what's possible, focus on possibilities, focus on instead of saying, oh, like, instead of focusing on what could go wrong, focus on what could go right if I go for this, if I work for this. Like, getting rid of old mindsets, getting rid of limiting beliefs is the key, is the first step to bettering ourselves. Because if we keep thinking, like, and it connects to everything. If we think, okay, I want to be a better mom, but then I have certain limiting beliefs around, my parenting skills, maybe because the way I grew up. Okay, then fix that. So then that's what I've done. Like, I've fixed a lot of limiting beliefs around how I was raised and parented, that I didn't realize how much of that I was holding on to and repeating certain things that I didn't like. So then when I became aware of those things, I was like, okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to be better in this area. Let me stop thinking that this way of raising my kids is okay when it's not. Let me try something new. Let me teach myself, or like it's true when they say like parent yourself, learn to parent yourself the way you wanted to be raised, and then you follow the same steps like with your kids. Or if you want to be a better spouse, that too, like be a better version of you. Get rid of, limiting beliefs around like the way, for example, because sometimes we hold on to, like, we start holding resentment towards our partners when they don't do this or that, or they're not how you want to be, or they're changing. Obviously, we have to change and learning to love our partners. I don't have a partner right now, but I feel like that was one of my mistakes when I had a person in my life was, we hold on to old mindsets of who we were when we met them. Like we have these mindsets when we first get into the relationship of being a certain way, and you feel attracted to them because like they're a certain way. But then as the relationship progresses, you start changing, or they start changing, and then you start, and then if you guys don't communicate it, then you start like, oh well, you changed, like you used to be like this and now like what happened. And that's why I feel like having communication in relationships is important, so that we address how we're feeling instead of holding it in, and then we end up exploding later on. I feel like, like talking about it and talking about like what goals do we have, what are our, I feel like it's so cool when there's couples out there that and we don't know, like sometimes like they could pretend to be one way and then behind doors they're something else. But I really think that a successful relationship, and it could be in friendships and in anything, in work-wise, like we have to learn how to communicate effectively, so we can make things work. So everything is like, it's however you see that. I feel like when we have that mindset of how can I help, the other person be better, I feel like that's when things improve better too, because like your relationships improve better because you're not thinking like, oh, how can I take from this person, or how can this person give me more so that I could feel happier. And that's not the way it works. Like if you're trying to constantly like seek validation from others, it could be from your own kids too. Like sometimes you could seek validation from your own kids, thinking, oh well, if they behave, that means I'm doing a fantastic job in my parenting. And it's not like that, because we have to learn that our kids too, they have their own minds, they have their own ways of being, and then like to let them be. Sometimes it's not all. I feel like when we get frustrated in why they don't behave is because we're actually trying to control them instead of letting them be, letting them learn from their mistakes, letting them express themselves. Because when they suppress that in us, because I feel like that's what happened to me, because when we have controlling parents, they feel that they constantly just want to like control you, like, oh, behave, oh, don't do that. And like they don't let you express yourself or like make little mistakes here and there, because they feel like if you make mistakes over and over, like it's not okay. And it's like we're kids. Like when we're kids, we're gonna mess up, we're gonna do little things, you know. And not controlling our kids, letting them think for themselves, letting them express themselves sometimes. And sometimes that way they express themselves is not the funnest, you know. They do make us super mad, because it's like, you know what, like maybe you need to breathe that out, come back, we'll talk about it when you relax. Because sometimes, you know, that they need to like step away and let them calm down before we continue trying to, you know, maybe have them behave in something, I don't know. But it's not all about behaving, it's about like letting them express themselves as well, you know. Like for you guys, what's one small habit you can start today that your future self will thank you for? Like, what's a small habit? I feel like, oh, like when it comes to parenting, what's a small habit you can start today to implement that your future self will thank you, and like your family, or if it's your spouse, whatever. Like, what's something, a small habit you can change? Maybe if you're always reacting, maybe you can start changing that. Like, okay, I noticed that when they don't listen to me right away, it could be your kids or your spouse, like I get triggered right away and be like, and you get reactive, you get defensive, you know. Like maybe practicing more self-awareness when you catch yourself, you know, having like a reactive moment, instead of, you know, pausing, breathing, and like handling things in a different way. That's a small habit you could start to implement, so you could be a better parent if that's what you want to be a better spouse, a better friend. And are you talking to yourself the way you'd encourage a friend? I feel like that's another like, what is your internal dialogue? Like, how does that look like for you? Are you talking to yourself the way you'd encourage a friend, like when you're going through like a little tough moment, or maybe not necessarily sad, but like sometimes when we get upset about something, like how do you talk to yourself? Are you talking to yourself the way you would talk to a friend? Because I know a lot of people don't, and I feel like that's why when you have a little like upset moment, they could switch on you in a bad way, where you're like, whoa, like that's not cool, you know. Like sometimes and that's because they don't know how to, you know, handle their own emotions, type of thing. So like one thing I like to practice is I like to practice a lot of self-awareness, especially when it comes to moments where like I wanna overreact, or I want to, because I remember like when certain moments, or like I will get triggered, like maybe by my kids, like I will get upset real quick, or when I used to be married, certain things would upset me. Instead of, you know, pausing and thinking, like I would just yell like a crazy lady, and then I would beat myself up about it, because I didn't handle it the right way. So I feel like having, like, recognizing those moments, like when you, like, how do you talk to yourself? Like, how do you handle moments when maybe you feel betrayed? You know, maybe when things aren't going your way, or like in some area of your life, you feel betrayed. And I feel like recognizing how we feel in those moments and not taking it against the other person, it's really life-changing, because then you're like, okay, if I'm doing, you know, if I'm talking to myself like this, is it helping me in any way? You know, if it's in a bad way, then obviously not, right? So in those moments, like when we're having like a tough moment, like I feel like giving ourselves the opportunity, giving ourselves the moment to feel whatever we're feeling. If we're angry, feel angry. Like I feel like it's okay. Sometimes we push our feelings, but when it's feelings like that of anger or betrayed, feelings of feeling overwhelmed, stressed, jealous, I feel like we categorize those feelings as being bad. So then when we do feel them, we reject them. And every time we reject them, we actually intensify how we're feeling, because we don't want to feel it. Like we're rejecting that feeling, because in our mind, we're like, oh no, like I can't feel like this. This is not okay. You know, but it's okay. I feel like when we feel mad, like fucking feel it. Like if you feel, you know, cause I've caught myself in those moments where like I'm feeling maybe, like I've talked before about like feeling unworthy. Like maybe something can trigger that of you feeling unworthy, and then you start, you know, self-sabotaging yourself. Like, oh no, I can't feel like this because it's bad. It's not okay. You know, but it's not. It's like, you know what? I'm feeling like this. You know, why? How can I make myself feel better? And most of the time for me, it's just feeling the emotion, like, and it's painful. Like I feel like emotions like that are painful, and that's why we run away from them. But feeling them, if you feel angry, if you feel betrayed, feel it. If you feel sad, feel it. If you're feeling a jealous moment, like maybe with your partner, it could be even with our kids. Sometimes we feel that if they're actually, you know, like when they listen to others but not you, then you could feel like a little jealous moment. But it's like, okay, you know, like let them too. Like they have their choice too, like of who to listen to in that moment. It's not like they're our priority, not our property, and they have to just listen to us. Like they have their own little minds too to think for themselves. So yeah, feel your feelings, guys. Feel on whatever it is. It's okay. It's not bad to feel those negative. We call them negative, but they're not good or bad. They're just feelings. But yes, like I get it. Like the ones we consider negative are pretty intense sometimes. They could especially when you feel betrayed, when you feel not loved, and it could be painful, but feel it. Like whatever it is, feel it, and then move on. Like don't dwell on it either. Okay, if you fully believed in yourself, what's the first thing you would do differently? If you fully believed in yourself, what's the first thing you would do differently? Is it talk to yourself? Like in a better way, in a more positive way? How would you treat others if you fully believed in yourself? Like, I feel like when we fully believe in ourselves, we're capable of being, more encouraging to others, more uplifting, because we believe in ourselves. Even when we fail, we believe in ourselves. Even when we don't feel okay, we believe in ourselves. When we fully believe in ourselves, even in those ugly moments that are temporary, that that they don't define your worth, your like they don't define your worth, your value, your what's another word? Man, I'm telling you. Okay, but yeah, like I feel like like I've said before, whatever we feel, we project to others. If we are fearful and we lack self-belief, we're gonna project that. We're gonna, and it could be in different ways, like, maybe somebody's telling you, oh, like, I have this goal of doing this, and you, instead of encouraging them, like, oh yeah, go for it, like, you should go for it, they don't tell you that. Like, a person that doesn't tell you that, it's because they don't believe in themselves. Or a person that doesn't encourage your progress and whatever you're doing, it's because they don't believe in themselves. And I feel like not seeking that approval of people we don't look up to, that we don't admire, that they don't have the type of life we want, we shouldn't take it personal. Like, honestly, we shouldn't take it personal. As much as we wish sometimes we would get certain approval from, a certain person or friend or family, it's okay not to get it, especially if they don't have the kind of good advice, or like you notice in them, like, they don't even believe in themselves. So how are they gonna, cheer you up, And either way, that's our job, to cheer ourselves up, not seek that validation from others. What's something you need to release in order to grow into your next level? What's something you need to release in order to grow into your next level? What is that for you guys? Like, what is something you feel you need to release to go to your next level, to grow, to improve? Maybe it's the way you talk to yourself. Maybe getting rid of a certain limiting belief of yourself. It could be like, do you believe in yourself when you're trying to achieve something? Do you feel, that you could do anything you set your mind to do? And if you don't, what is stopping you? Like, maybe you're trying to lose weight. Maybe you're trying to lose weight. So what is stopping you from reaching that goal? What is your mindset right now that is preventing you from taking those steps? Are you being lazy? Are you being complacent? Are you settling for less in your health? It could look in so many ways. What do you feel is holding you back? And work on that. what limiting belief around being capable of achieving something is holding you back? For me, it used to be my self-talk. I feel like I always, I would self-sabotage myself. Like whenever I would try to even lose weight, I would think like, oh no, it's too hard. Like I could never do that. Like I don't have the capacity like other people to get shredded, or you know. And you don't have to be like fully, I mean, if you want to like get super fit, like if you're trying to reach goals like that, then obviously like we have to keep working out, we have to keep going and be patient, be aggressively patient, because the journey for that is a long journey. But I feel like learning to love the journey and not the destination is where the joy comes, because it's like, okay, like this is hard, but I could do it. Like I could do hard things. Like I got this. Like not squishing yourself or like looking for quick ways of losing weight, because I used to do that. I used to, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take this pill or I'm gonna drink this tea so I could, get into my skinny body. Like no, and honestly, like you don't even have to be like super skinny to feel, like good. Some people, they look better, a little thicker, but obviously like if you're trying to, get a better, physical, no, what is it? Like a better body, obviously like we have to make certain changes, especially in the food. All right, so yeah, I forgot what was the question. If you fully believed in yourself, what's the first thing you would do differently? And that would be the way we talk to ourselves. I feel like we all need to start there. The way we talk to ourselves. How is our internal dialogue? Like every time you want to achieve something, do you always talk yourself out of it? If you do, it's because either you're lazy, you don't believe in yourself, or you're always going for the instant gratification, and that could really hold us back. It held me back for a long time. I was like, oh no, it's okay. I'm just gonna have a bite of this, or I'm gonna have a drink of this, and then next thing you know, you're stuck in a hole you can't get out again. Okay, what's something you need to release in order to grow? Oh no, I said that one already, huh? What's something you need to release in order to grow into your next level? Oh yeah, I did say that one. Something I said to release, like limiting beliefs. Like what limiting beliefs that were holding you back to let go? Sometimes I forget what I'm saying, guys. Sorry. You probably noticed by now, but I get like mini brain farts. Okay. Are you prioritizing what truly matters to you, or what you think you should do? I feel like this question is very important. Are you prioritizing what truly matters to you? Because I feel like sometimes, not sometimes, but always, like we put others before ourselves. And I feel like we make that mistake a lot when we are in a relationship or with our kids too. Because there are certain things that we know we need to do, but then we keep putting it to the side because we think, oh no, like my kids. And it's okay to like prioritize our kids, but then also like not let ourselves go in the process. Not letting ourselves go in the process. If you feel you need to fill your cup before you start your day so you could be a better parent, a better spouse, friend, whatever. If you feel like that you don't have time throughout the day, then maybe you need to wake up a little earlier to fill your cup, however that looks like. Maybe, meditating. I like to meditate. That helps me a lot. I like breathwork meditation and or just like silent, like just meditating, like quieting my thoughts, my mind, to like fully center myself, and it's just me and God. I just talk to God in those moments, and then I just stay there for as long as I need to relax my mind, my body. It's really powerful. Honestly, that's one of the things that have helped me even heal my nervous system. Breath work is one of the most powerful ways to heal our nervous system, and I feel like that's a technique everybody should try once in their lives, so that they could see how powerful it is. Preferably, like before you go to sleep. I used to, like, for a while, I would do it every night before going to sleep. I would do a little breath work session, and then next thing you know, I was knocked out, and I would sleep so good. Like, you sleep so good because the breath work helps you like calm your thoughts so good. Like you're not even thinking, like when you reach that, because I don't know, like the breath, doing breath work like really clears your mind, and like then you also feel it in your body, your nervous system. It's so powerful. But yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. What was the question? Are you prioritizing what truly matters to you, or what you think you should do? Yeah, so whatever that looks like for you guys, I hope you guys are doing it. I know it's easier said than done, but I hope you guys are doing it. Like, I want to remind you guys, and this also reminds me too, like, am I really prioritizing like what I want or what I truly want to do? Because sometimes we let life, take control. Like, maybe, certain things we have to do, because either, work, the house, this and that. Sometimes we let that, take control, instead of, okay, you know what? Before I start my day, let me meditate, let me have this time for myself, and then tackle the rest of my tasks for the day. I feel like that really is important. Okay, how can you show yourself more love and grace this week? How can you show yourself more love and grace this week? What would you guys do to show yourselves more grace and more love? Would you guys talk to yourself a little different, a little more, in a more loving way? In what areas do you feel like you need to give yourself a little more grace? Maybe you're tired and, from, work or parenting can be, a little exhausting sometimes. Maybe, giving yourself a little more grace in those moments when you don't feel your best, because you're stressed out, because the kids, especially when we have multiple kids. I feel like it could be chaotic, and then we beat ourselves up for getting mad in that moment of, feeling chaotic, and then we yell a lot at our kids, and then we end up feeling guilty. Maybe giving yourself more grace in that moment when you blow up and you didn't want to, and then your kids are crying, or maybe your husband, maybe you were, tired and hungry, and then you end up yelling at your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Giving ourselves grace when we blow up like that, and like obviously apologizing to whoever we get crazy with sometimes. I feel like giving ourselves grace. Okay, like, you know what? I blew up. I'm sorry. I feel like this. And, it happens, because sometimes, like, I'm telling you, when my kids were smaller, oh my God, I didn't know how to give myself grace. I would blow up, because they wouldn't listen, or this and that, or like having them do their homework, and then next thing you know, like, beating myself up the rest of the day, the next of the following days, because we end up holding it in our minds, feeling like shit, like, oh, I could have done this like this, but I didn't. I'm such a bad person. I would go crazy, like beating myself up, and I thought by beating myself up, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know if I was thinking that was gonna make things any better. It doesn't. It really doesn't. So like giving ourselves grace when we have moments like that really take us out of our, our happy space. It's okay. Life is life. Sometimes that happens. How can you oh no, I said that one already. What's one way you can shift your mindset from fear to faith today? I like this question, because sometimes when we experience fear, we think there's no way out. When we feel fear of not knowing how we're gonna, it can look in many ways, right? Like feeling fear of not having enough money, if you're gonna have enough money to pay your bills, feeling fear of rejection in some way, feeling fear of failing at something. Sometimes we get so consumed in the fear that we forget to trust God, the universe, whatever you guys believe in, and we just end up like giving our energy to what's not serving us. Like, it's okay to feel scared. Like I said, it's okay to feel our emotions, but when we dwell on it to the point that we forget to have faith that everything's gonna be okay, no matter how scary it is to not know what's coming next, or what's gonna happen in any situation that you guys could probably be going through. Like, remember to have faith. And that's one thing I'm practicing more, reminding myself more to have faith, to trust God in the process, no matter how difficult it is, and thank Him. That's one thing I'm practicing, a lot of gratitude. Even in the hardest of the moments that I don't understand why things are happening, I'm just like, you know what, God, like, I don't understand why this is happening, but thank you. Thank you, because you give me the strength to keep moving forward. You give me the strength to take the actions I need to take. And yeah, thank you. And that's what I tell myself. I remind myself, because sometimes, yeah, like fear, like, could take over, and it's like, oh no, like we dwell on it thinking, oh, like there's no way out. But I feel like having faith is big, guys. Don't forget to have faith and trust in God, the universe, infinite intelligence, whatever you guys believe in. Have faith. Okay, if you knew you couldn't fail, what bold move would you make right now? What would it be for you guys if you knew you couldn't fail at whatever you have in mind to do, to accomplish? What bold move would you make right now? Maybe it could be a job. Maybe you're thinking about a certain job you wanna go for. If you knew you would get that position, would you just go for it? What would you do? Would you, or maybe it's going back to school, like what bold move would you make? For me, let me see. Or it could be even like in a relationship. Like, are you, if you knew this person was gonna say yes, would you go for it? Instead of holding yourself back, like, oh no, like what if they say no? Or, stuff like that. It could look in many ways, guys. In many ways. So think about that. If you knew you couldn't fail, what bold move would you make right now? If I knew, like for me, I feel like money is one of the things that holds us back a lot, like a lot of us. And it could be scary, but I feel that if I could, have a certain career and I knew that I was going to be so good at it, like I wouldn't fail, I would probably go for that. And for me, I feel like being a therapist, I feel like I would be really good at that. Like I would want to be a therapist and help people. I don't know, like that's always been like something in me, and making people's lives better in some way, but I didn't know how and I didn't know why, but I felt that way. Like even with my family, I remember like when they would have like arguing moments. Like, do you guys remember yourselves when you guys were younger? Like, were you guys the kind of kid that would, do something funny to make like your family members laugh so they could snap out of the argument or stuff like that? I feel like that was low-key me, trying to make something funny to keep the peace, to make everybody laugh again. Yeah. So I feel like for me, if I knew I couldn't fail at having a better career, I would go for it. Okay. And what's one powerful affirmation you can repeat to yourself daily? What is one powerful affirmation you can repeat to yourself daily? What is that for you guys? Is it, because there's all kinds of affirmations, like whatever you feel that fills your heart. What is one powerful affirmation? Like, I can do this. I am strong. I am wealthy. I am success. I am loved. I am worthy. I am capable of doing hard things. I like that affirmation. I am capable of doing hard things. That's a powerful affirmation. And then I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's one of the ones I love too. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. What's another one, guys? I am amazing. Maybe. What else? I am powerful. That's powerful. So many good affirmations out there, honestly. Like, I used to have a whole list of them, but now I really cut it short so that I could focus on that affirmation throughout the day. And right now, I'm practicing a lot of gratitude. Like, throughout the day, I like to thank God and just being grateful. Like, even in the morning when I have to, not have to, even in the morning, especially in the morning, as soon as I wake up, it's like, thank you, God, for a new day. Thank you, I get to work on myself. Thank you, I get to be with my family. Thank you, God, I get to eat. Thank you, God, I get to drink coffee because I love coffee. And I think of all the things that I like I like to read, exercise, drink a lot of water. I love coffee. So then I thank God for all those things throughout the day. Like, if I'm gonna drink a coffee, oh, thank you, God, for this coffee. I love coffee. And then when I'm drinking water, thank you, God, for this water. It's hydrating me. Thank you. I love water. And anything, like when I'm gonna cook, thank you, God, I get to cook this dinner for my family. I love being able to cook for my family. And then when I'm gonna work out, thank you, God, that I can move my body, that I can do these exercises to strengthen my body, to strengthen my mind. Thank you, God. And that's one of my powerful affirmations right now, of practicing a lot of gratitude. So that's my reminder for you guys to remember to be grateful, even for the hard moments, guys. I feel like we think hard moments are not, I mean, obviously they're not cool, but hard moments is what shapes us into a better person. Like, without hard moments, how do you think you guys would be? Without hard moments, do you think you would be better humans? Do you think you would be grateful? I feel like those moments are the ones that reminds us, like, okay, remember to be grateful for this. Remember, you got this. And it reminds you how strong you actually are. So yes, guys, remember to be grateful. Grateful, and don't forget to have faith in the hard moments, and remember that everything is temporary, even the happy moments. So remember that. All right, guys. Well, I'll let you guys go now. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until next time, bye.